Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to a bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart?
Hi, welcome to our show.
Welcome to Significant Lovers.
Yes, I'm Melissa.
I'm Kelly.
Wait, I'm Mel, sorry. I always introduce myself as Melissa and then I get stuck as Melissa, so Mel. You guys can call me Mel.
Mel and Kel.
Mel and Kel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you might know us from the podcast Another Bite of Twilight, where for almost 4 years we looked back at our obsession with the Twilight Saga. And we had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe that we ended it for now.
For now. We might come back randomly in the future.
And so you guys might hear, if you're not a listener of Twilight, a lot of Twilight just brought into the conversation every now and then. I hope you're okay with that. We're a Twilight-friendly podcast.
Mm-hmm. But if you hate Twilight, if you've never seen Twilight, no worries, because it won't be too much. And also, if maybe you want to check out our old podcast, Another by Twilight, we have fun with it.
We do.
We would laugh at it sometimes, and with it.
Yeah, because we loved it.
And some criticism.
Of course. And so on our current podcast, we're now going to be talking about, exactly as it says, significant lovers throughout history and pop culture. So, we're really just focusing on other people's love lives and getting down to, the nitty-gritty of, what happened.
Yeah, just the whole timeline.
The juicy details.
Yes. Things that people don't know.
Yeah, things that people do know, but talking about them.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Yeah, so we're going to do a whole range of couples. I like how you said other people's relationships. Love life. Yeah.
Because not ours. Honestly, my whole life I've always been so fascinated by other people's relationships. And I think that's a form of escapism, not having to focus on your own. But even in real life, I was outlining to Kelly and her sister a couple weeks ago, my perception of the relationship between our cousins, ex-baby mama, well, I guess current baby mama, baby mama's relationship with her, second baby daddy or something. Yeah. I just love that stuff.
Yeah.
I love to,
so interesting,
from the outside, interpret it. And honestly, to be honest, if someone did that with my love life, I'd be flattered. Not my mom, not you, but anybody else.
Me too. Yeah, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Never mind.
What? No, say it.
Didn't you, years ago, save, pictures of me and my ex-boyfriend to your computer or something? I don't know. I think you were still in high school, maybe.
Oh, that sounds so familiar, but I don't know why I would have done that.
I don't know.
That sounds so familiar. I did, but I don't know why. So I'll have to remember it.
Yeah, and speaking of, we are cousins. Did we say that?
Oh, we didn't say that.
We're cousins. We're first cousins.
Maternal cousins.
Yes. Some people say we look alike.
Yep.
Some people say we sound similar.
Yes.
So if that's confusing for you, just give it a few episodes.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. My laugh is pretty inverted, so if you hear a...
inverted.
That's going to be me.
How did you, figure that out?
Because...
describing it that way, that's... What?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that a type of laugh?
I think so, yeah, because it's you're breathing inward.
It's our first episode. First day on set.
Yeah, first day. And
Just kidding.
It's a fun episode. So the way that this show is going to work is, instead of us both researching a couple, one of us will take the wheel each episode and do the research. Share everything they learned and teach the other one stuff. And we're going to have half of our episodes totally free. Anyone can download them and listen. And then the second half of our episodes will be on Patreon. Those will be exclusive.
Every other week.
And, like, the difference between those is, like, the main episode is, like, longer relationships, I think, and the Patreon episodes are either, like, flings or, like, couples who are, like, newly dating, like, in the news right now, or, like, people who are just have, like, less extensive relationships, but maybe, like, are forgotten about.
Yeah. There'll probably still be long bonus episodes.
Oh, yeah, they're not mini.
They're not going to be, like, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or even 30 minutes.
No.
Yeah. But they won't be, like, the super long relationships, like you just said. And, you know, I'm sorry that they're not all going to be free.
I know.
You know, we're trying to make this a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I was going to say, I want to buy something to, like, make the acoustics, like the thing you made, like, somehow make the acoustics better. But we don't have any money for it.
No, yeah. So if you want to support the podcast, and if you think it sounds terrible,
you're like, gee, this podcast has potential, but it's not there.
Yeah, then you can subscribe to our Patreon, and then we'll get it there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But also, I hope you like the DIY quality.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
This is real. You don't have a producer.
No.
Like,
there's
no company.
No one's telling us what to say.
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
The truth.
The truth. Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess we should say we don't know these people we're talking about.
Oh, that's so true. We don't know them, so, like, anything we say is purely speculative. Like, if
some things are probably confirmed and real.
If we're theorizing.
Yeah.
And, like, this episode in particular, there's going to be some theories that we're going to discuss.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Also, just so you guys know, we're recording this on June 27th, 2022. So anything that we say about this couple that comes out after the fact, you're listening from the past.
Wow. Deep.
But anyways, the couple that we're covering today is B.J. Novak and Mindy Kaling.
Wow.
I just blinked on her last name. Is it Kaling or Calling? Kaling, right?
I think it's Kaling.
I literally just blinked.
I actually thought the same thing earlier when Charlie asked who we were doing. I was like, Mindy Kaling.
I've heard her name a million times.
Kaling.
So I've told people that this is the episode, and everyone's like, what? They're a couple? That counts? Yes, they are a couple.
That counts?
Well, they were a couple.
People just don't know.
No. So we're going to get into it.
Wow.
If you don't know, they are two stars and writers from The Office, and they are both Massachusetts natives. Why is that significant?
So are we.
We're also from Massachusetts. So BJ was born in Newton, Mass, and Mindy is from Cambridge, Mass, which is...
we used to live there.
And those are pretty close if you guys don't know. And they were born only 1 month apart the same year.
They're, like, right next to each other.
Yeah.
Cambridge and Newton.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And so they probably, like, crossed paths, you know, at some point.
What year were they born?
1979.
Cool.
And they're both wicked smart. Mindy went to Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, and BJ went to Harvard in Cambridge.
Oh my God.
So he went to school in Cambridge, where Mindy is from.
Oh my gosh.
So never met.
Never met. Should put that clip in.
Never met.
Never met.
Can you imagine that?
What does BJ stand for?
A Benjamin. Let me see.
I've been wondering this. I could have looked it up.
Blowjob. Benjamin Joseph.
Benjamin Joseph.
Benjamin
BJ.
Joseph Manley Novak. He has two middle names.
Wow.
Two last names.
BJ.
BJ. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
I want to ask you. I'm stealing this from a travel podcast.
Yes.
If you could describe this couple in 3 words, what would you say?
Oh, okay. I would say confusing.
I wasn't expecting that.
Confusing. I would say lifelong. And
That's sweet.
chaotic.
Oh, okay. Confusing, lifelong, chaotic.
What would you say from the outside looking in, not having researched them? Is it too tough?
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I would say mysterious. friendship.
Okay, yeah, that's a word.
I don't know. I don't know what a word for this would be, but kind of like missed chance or something. Or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything.
Okay, well, you're going to know a lot after this. So, yeah, as you guys know, they met during The Office. Back in 2005, wow. They were both 24 years old, and they were both writers and actors on The Office, which, wow. You know, it's kind of easy sometimes to, like, fall in love with someone that you're working with because you have no choice but to spend all the time with them. So Mindy said later in 2015, we became friends when we were still super young, and also because we were working sometimes 16-hour days at the office. Wow. And we did it for 8 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And I think B.J. said, I didn't attribute this quote, but it's the kind of friendship when you have when you are embedded with someone that you can only get by putting in that insane amount of time with people. And B.J. also said, no one, including us, ever really knew, is this dating, is this not dating? We were never really dating. We were never really not dating. We didn't know. No one knew. He said that in 2012.
Whoa. Okay.
So.
He said it.
He said it. And then in an AMA, like Ask Me Anything, on Reddit, when asked who he was closest with on The Office, he said, I was closest with Mindy Kaling and also the least close with Mindy Kaling on a minute-by-minute basis, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Actually, I would trade it for the world. What am I talking about? I'd trade it for a more consistently positive relationship with Mindy Kaling. She's the best. And then, okay.
Why was it negative?
I know. So I was a huge fan of The Office, I should say. And so actually, if you guys haven't seen The Office, which I'm sure most people have, their characters on The Office are inspired by supposedly their real life relationship.
Yeah, it seems like
which is like a bad sign because
I know.
Kelly and Ryan have a very like toxic off and on relationship where like she's super in love with him. Yeah. And like giddy over him, and he like hates her, and
he just goes along with it.
Yeah,
for some reason.
He like can't stand her, but then when she moves on, he like wants her back.
Yeah,
and he's kind of a tool, and she's annoying.
How could they write those characters though about themselves?
I know,
that just seems crazy to me.
I know. Heck?
They're both just like, yeah, this is us. Let's act it out.
I know. And can you imagine? They're, like, in a fight, and they have to, like, make out on screen.
But they are also, because he was a writer, too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're, like, in control of it.
They're choosing that.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I know. Yeah, wait, that's super awkward.
They're, like, role-playing their own relationship in a way.
Yeah, but, like, a heightened version of it.
They must have been, like, aware.
Oh, I think so. I think everybody was aware.
Oh, my God.
So weird. But okay, here's a clip of B.J. Novak in 2021. So
whoa, that's really recent.
Really recent, talking about their time together on The Office.
The series, you had an on-again, off-again relationship with Mindy Kaling's character. And of course, in life, and I know you've been asked about this a lot, so forgive me for asking again. In life, you had an on-again, off-again relationship too. And you're still very close. You're the godfather to one of her children.
To both.
To both children, great. Did having that kind of on-again, off-again romantic relationship ever get in the way of the show?
No, I mean, I think it fueled the show in the sense that all of us were putting everything we had into the show every day. So if Mindy and I had a fight or an argument, other writers were taking notes, or we would just improvise it on set. So, none of us had lives, and I think that's why so many of us, including me and Mindy, became so close. You go home at 2 a.m., or suddenly it's the weekend, and you don't know anybody else, so you just keep hanging out with everybody. So, but yeah, she's one of the closest or the closest person in my life to this day.
So you'd have a fight, and then would that turn into the funny version of the fight on the show?
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason our characters started dating on the show is because people, they couldn't get over this dynamic we had in the writer's room that neither of us realized was funny at all. And other people would laugh and shake their heads, and we'd say, what? And they'd say, you too. And then before we knew it, they had written us in as this horrible partnership.
So were you dating at the time?
I think like Ryan and Kelly and like many people in their 20s, it depends who you ask and what hour you ask it at.
Right. What was it like when you shot the final episode of The Office? Were you glad it was ending? Was it really sad for you? You cried?
Yeah. It was hard. I mean, I think we were all so ready to be done with it, but because it had been so grueling for so long. But to actually... I'm getting choked up now. To actually, like, the last shot that I filmed was literally... this would be a better moment on television, Terry, like on the radio.
we could see your eyes tearing up, yeah.
I wish this were Barbara Walters and this were like a famous moment. But, it was Mindy and I running off into the sunset together. Now, it was a horribly... it had a horribly dark undercurrent, which was that I was abandoning my baby that I had left at the wedding to run off with her. But, I remember it was a sunset. It was Mindy. And... yeah. It was the end. It's sort of like...
All right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. What I think is crazy is he's like, it was Mindy. And he's like crying.
Yeah. What?
Just doesn't seem like I don't know. I mean, it's sweet that he's crying, but like it seems like there's a lot to that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, why is he crying? Like, if they were just friends.
Yeah.
And they were, we're on great terms, like, we're just friends.
That's really serious.
Yeah.
I mean, even people who are more than friends don't cry.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, also, I know I don't know anything yet, but if their relationship was like Ryan and Kelly, I'm guessing it would be kinda his fault it didn't work out.
Yes.
I could be wrong. So it's weird that he's like crying about it.
You're exactly right. So apparently they were off and on, like, as a romantic couple from 2005 to 2007. But then in 2007, he officially broke up with her.
Oh my God.
And she was really heartbroken over it. And she could, like, barely get out of bed and, like, couldn't eat. But they stayed friends. I think probably because they had to, right?
Yeah.
And so
while working on The Office.
Mm-hmm. Then in 2008, according to a blind item posted on Young Hollywood, John Krasinski apparently asked the I don't know if this is true, by the way. These are like anonymous submissions. Mm-hmm. And I learned this one actually through the Fluently Forward podcast. John Krasinski apparently asked the both of them to plan his wedding to Emily Blunt in an attempt to get them back together.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because then in that episode, they run away into the sunset together at a wedding.
That's true.
So, I don't know what happened.
That's true.
The blind item is, as BJ's best friend, John knew his pal never really got over Mindy. They dated for a long while, but broke up over a year ago because of the difficulty of mixing work and romance, but they're in love again. But get this. Then in 2008, Mindy starts dating a writer named Benjamin Nugent, who I couldn't find anything on this guy. Like, truly nothing on this guy.
That's okay.
But they, were together, and they were together till 2012. And he actually is, like, referenced in an episode of The Office when Michael, like, refers to some random, like, salesperson by name.
Really?
Yeah, they say this guy's name. But honestly, maybe I didn't do enough research on them, but...
Well... We're talking about Mindy and BJ.
Exactly. That's something you guys...
don't need the info.
That's something about our podcast is we're really, like, breaking it down on a couple-by-couple basis. Mm-hmm. So, like, let's say we're covering Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear about Taylor Swift and, like, everybody else. It's going to be Taylor Swift and the person that we're talking about.
Yes. It's one relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, of course, there's other characters at play.
Yeah. Of course, there's other characters
but they're on the side, okay?
Yeah.
So, if you guys want a Mindy and Benjamin Nugent episode, you got it, but...
yeah, let us know.
But they broke up in 2012, okay? And so that's where we are in the timeline now. 2012. In July, Mindy tweets at BJ, "Come home, we'll listen to the Beatles and eat herzen, and you can explain art to me."
Oh my gosh.
And he responds with a winky emoji.
What?
So, like, come home?
Yeah.
Is this come home to the city?
Yeah.
Come home to your apartment?
Yeah.
What does that mean? That's super flirty.
Winky face?
And then in that same year, Rainn Wilson gives an interview with Vulture and says, to do an imitation of Mindy, all you need to do is just be constantly texting and saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and then looking up and going, where's BJ?
Where's BJ? Okay.
Yeah, Rainn Wilson, who plays
There's something here.
Dwight on The Office. Yep. And then BJ tweets at Mindy in 2012, text me back, please. And then she responded by saying, hey, babe, what's up? And then he responded, and then she responded, oh, text, my bad. And then he wrote, actually, this is easier. Are you going to that thing this weekend?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back then people did
have
communicate over social media.
Yeah.
It's true. I would do it too on Facebook, right on somebody's wall.
Yeah, I know. It's so embarrassing.
For everybody to see.
Yeah. Yeah, remember you just go back and forth on each other's walls? Even though it didn't, like, you couldn't see it, like, lined up together.
I know. Wall to wall, people called it.
Yeah. People don't even call it walls anymore.
I know, because then it became newsfeed?
Newsfeed
No, timeline?
Yeah, timeline, yeah.
Wall was cooler.
But you know what, though? They're still doing these public displays of, like, cutesiness.
Really?
So it does seem a little bit for show sometimes. But we'll get to that. Also, BJ guest stars on the Mindy Project, and guys, I've actually never seen it.
Me neither.
And guys,
I was like gonna admit that, but I guess you haven't either. I'm sure it's a good show.
I'm sure. And by the way, I think Mindy Kaling is like a genius. I love Never Have I Ever. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I actually think you would love it. It's
what
so
is it?
good.
I don't even know.
It's on Netflix. It's like
oh wait, it's a TV show.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a TV
show. It's like
show.
a young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For some reason I was thinking movie. I was like,
oh yeah. No, it's really good. I love it so much.
I should check it out.
I should watch the Sex Lives of College Girls. Like.
Oh yeah, didn't she produce that or something?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that either. We have her book on the table.
Mm-hmm.
My dad actually gave this to me. Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember wondering if he was giving it to me because of the title, and he thought, like, oh, Kelly is left out of things and needs a book to cheer her up or something.
I love that book. I remember reading it in school and, like, literally laughing, like, out loud and being so embarrassed.
It is funny. I know. I actually laughed a little bit reading it earlier. And she thanked BJ in her acknowledgement.
Wait, what did she say specifically?
This is, I mean, I wasn't supposed to do research because it's not my couple, but I wanted to just, like, get in the mood.
Yeah.
So I just looked at the book, and so she lists, like, all these people in just a long line of names, thanking them, and then this is in the first paragraph, but she does list a lot of people before him, but then she says, B.J. Novak was a terrific friend and editor, giving me sound notes like, hey, Mindy, I think you sound kind of racist here. I would really be careful about not sounding racist in your book. That's all she said.
Oh, okay. How many people did she thank, though? Was it a lot?
Yeah, but she didn't go into detail. It was like, I'd like to thank my sweet and funny friends who helped me with this. They are, and then just name.
Oh, okay.
Name.
What rank and what order is he thanked in?
I mean, he's pretty far after all. Okay.
I'm
gonna read.
No, just how many people did she thank before him? I guess
I'm just saying there isn't much, like, personality with it. Like, she says they are Jeremy Bronson, Danny Chun, Alexis Dean, Lena Dunham, Brent Forrester, Dan Gore, Charlie Grandy, Steve Healy, Carrie Kemper, Ellie Kemper, Paul Lieberstein, Danielle Moffat. Okay, then there's, like, a couple more names. And then she says that about BJ.
Okay, so she gives BJ, like, a lot of attention compared to everybody else she thinks.
But she only calls him a terrific friend and editor.
Oh.
But this was, like, 2010 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say she was with that guy?
Yeah, she was
until
with
2012.
Did she thank the guy in there?
Wait, what's his name?
Benjamin? Which also, Benjamin is actually BJ's real name.
Oh,
too.
that's confusing.
Yeah.
Wait, Benjamin...
Nugent? I'd feel kind of weird if I was Benjamin.
Oh my god, I think he's not in the acknowledgements.
Wow.
And I know the beginning is to her parents. What?
I'd feel, I mean, maybe, you know, she didn't know, like, is it gonna work out? But, I mean, I'd be weirded out if I was Benjamin.
Yeah, you're, like, dating somebody.
You're dating someone, and their ex gets a thank you in the acknowledgments,
in
but
the
not
first paragraph.
you. Yeah.
Wow.
Very odd.
Wow. And she does thank him. I mean, I know I don't know. Maybe it's just the book, because a lot of it's about, like, friendship and stuff, but she lists, like, all her friends first.
Yeah.
Then B.J., then, like, her family and, like, editors and
It's
stuff.
still significant. She also does, we should mention, she has a second book as well, which I think I did
I haven't read it.
But I don't know if she thanks him, but
That's interesting,
probably.
though. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I think when BJ does guest star on the Mindy Project, he plays a love interest and they do, like, make out and stuff.
Fuck?
But I'm not positive. I should know it, but I think he does.
This is so interesting.
Mm-hmm. So then, also in 2012, they're at a Lakers game. There's no video evidence of this, but it was reported that BJ and Mindy make the kiss cam and they do share a little peck. Not a full-on kiss,
But there isn't, like, a video?
there's
of it?
no video,
Oh.
but it made headlines.
Oh. And wait, so she was already not with Benjamin
I hope so.
anymore? Yeah.
Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
So then in 2013, she tweets at him, "You're my soup snake." And they use this term a lot on the internet.
Oh.
What does it mean? It's a reference to an Office episode when Michael wants to confess his love for Holly, but he can't read his own writing, so he mistakes the word soulmate for soup snake. And I have a clip 'cause it's kind of funny. Mm-hmm.
I wrote down a list of bullet points why Holly and I should be together, and I'm going to find the perfect moment today, and I'm going to tell her. Number one, Holly, you and I are soup snakes. And the reason is because in terms of the soup, we like to eat. That doesn't make any sense. We're soulmates. Holly and I are soulmates.
So
I love how he tries to go long.
I know. And the reason is the soup that we...
Oh, wait a second.
But that's interesting that they constantly refer to themselves as...
Soulmates.
Yeah, soulmates. But
Yeah.
to say soup snakes, it's like... I don't know, did they write the joke? Is that why they call it that?
Maybe.
Or are they like... They're soulmates, but they're too afraid to say it, you know?
Maybe. Oh my god. You don't say that just like about your ex
No.
publicly or just your friend.
No.
Not normal.
It's super cute.
It is.
And there's a Tumblr actually who I got a lot of information from called Soup Snake, so I want to give them a shout out because they're like
obsessed
a
with
shipping
them. Oh my
account. Yeah.
God.
BJ said in Entertainment Weekly that year, "Whenever we date anyone else, I think there's a period when the person is very skeptical of our friendship. Everyone seems to think you two might be a couple and I don't want to get in the way. Are you sure you're not dating? Are you sure you're not going to end up dating?" It's a very common thing to have that
Interesting.
platonic best friend that becomes a little weird when you start dating someone.
Wow.
But like, I could see that. Like,
Yeah.
would you feel comfortable dating him? No. Like,
No.
what is with this friendship?
Yeah.
So then in May, they attend the Met Ball together. There are
Oh my
dates to
God.
that.
But
And-
they weren't officially dating?
No.
Oh my god.
Well, not publicly. Then in November, Mindy tweets, "You give any song and the island cover of it better than the original." Okay, I think I miswrote that, but I think she said, you give me any song and the island cover of it,
Oh,
and it is better
okay.
than the original. And then BJ responds and says, "Nothing compares to you." And Mindy tweets back, "If we get married, I insist John Mayer sing and perform this version at the reception." We're talking about getting married.
Yeah.
Okay, BJ just said,
Yeah.
"I feel like if we date other people, they'd be really confused about this
Yeah.
relationship. Like, you can't just be platonic best friends with someone." And then they're talking about getting
Oh my
married.
Is she actually Kelly from The Office?
I know.
And is like,
I know. Or is she
get
like,
married.
"Stop it." And so then he responds and says, "I have to agree. That would be very us of us to have a famously wrenching breakup song play at our wedding."
What the fuck?
I know.
That is confusing.
So then in 2014, Mindy goes on the Howard Stern show and she talks about their relationship. And
Best interviews.
Yep, I got a clip. It's going to sound a lot like a Kristen Stewart interview, actually.
Oh, really?
Have you had a great love in your life where it just hurts that it didn't work out?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Why did it not work out?
Because this is lame. It sounds it's again not profound, but like people are so different and you can overlap in certain ways, but that are important, but not the ones that are the most important or something.
Do you check him? Are you still in touch with this guy?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what he's up to? Do you know if he's married now? Does he have kids?
He's not married now.
He's not married now.
No.
But you check on him.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, yeah.
Look at that smile. Why don't we set you back up with this guy? I think it could work. You look like you're in love.
He's my best friend, so that's not...
He broke up with you or you broke up with him?
He broke up with me.
So you want him back.
Ago.
You would take him back.
No, because it was years ago that breakup happened. Like
Best sex of your life was this guy?
Oh man, it was pretty damn good, yeah.
Real good.
Real good. He's smart and funny. He's a smart and funny guy.
When he broke up with you, did you get angry?
Oh, so sad. Not angry, sad. Sad. Oh, that was the hottest I've ever looked because I stopped eating.
Right. Good for you.
When I get depressed, I stop eating. So I was so miserable and I was so beautiful. I remember thinking like waking up, barely getting out of bed, and we worked together, but I didn't care. I had no makeup on. I could just, and all of my clothes fit so well. And but I didn't. I was real miserable.
I think the guy that you were in love with was the guy you co-starred with on the Office.
On The Office?
Yeah. Am I right? Am I wrong?
B.J.? Yeah, he was. He
was the guy.
Well, yes, you're correct. Not that mystery was not. You're not Sherlock Holmes or anything.
I'm Sherlock Holmes of romance.
Okay.
That's right. That's what they call
You're
me.
like, who have you known for 10 years? Who you worked with? No, but he's legitimately one of my best friends. He texted me before this, being like, "Good luck on Howard. Can't wait to hear it."
Yeah.
He's been on my show, my new show. He was a producer on the pilot. I see him all the time.
If he asked you to marry him, you would have.
At the time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. I was 24, and but for the record, if anyone asked me to marry me, I would have.
You would probably done yes.
Well, I mean, when you're 24, like you ask any girl, like someone thinks about me.
Yeah, right. Hey,
like,
I'll get married to you. Sure.
I'll get married to you.
That's right.
But he's a wonderful guy.
Let's hope he calls you tomorrow and asks you to marry him.
I'm not. The one thing about this is that I love him and I think he's a great person, but I'm not holding a candle for.
But I
BJ.
believe if he called you tomorrow and said, "Listen, I made a terrible mistake. We must get back together and get married," you would do it.
I don't know.
It's not a no.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
We'll get you a boyfriend. Don't worry about it. Actually, I'm going to hit you with a surprise. BJ's here now. He wants to say something to you. He wants to.
I don't know why he just reminded me of your mom at the end.
Well, when he said, "We'll get you a boyfriend," don't worry about it. So funny.
And also, like, good for you.
Yeah, the way he says, like, if he asked you to marry him, would you say yes? That's just like what he asked Kristen.
By the way, guys, on our past podcast, Another Bride Twilight, we did a 2-part episode about Rob and Kristen.
Yeah.
And that kind of, like, inspired this show.
Yeah, it's kind of the origin story.
Yeah, we just had so much fun with that episode, and maybe we'll re-air it. Or you could just go listen to it. But yeah, I feel like Howard Stern really pushes people. Yeah. I feel like he made Kristen get engaged to her current
100%.
fiance. Yeah.
Yes. Because he asked her.
You getting married?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, totally. And then the next time she was on, he's like, "All right, so
you engaged?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I am." It took 2 years actually, but
I don't know why I get the sense that she just goes along with it. I don't know.
The way the ball's on him to be like, best sex of your life, right?
I know. How does he do that?
I love that. And they're so willing to answer it.
I know. Why do they? I wonder. I haven't listened to enough of his show. But, I wonder if there's ever people that are like, no,
that's
how dare you ask me that?
Yeah, no, I think people have so much respect for him that they want to open up.
They probably know going on.
Yeah, exactly. But so, yeah, she really opened up there.
Yeah, she did.
I love how he's like, hopefully BJ will call tomorrow.
I know. Oh my God.
So then BJ responds. He's asked about this on several interviews.
Are you kidding me?
So this is what he says.
What was your reaction to Mindy Kaling's Howard interview, her interview with Howard Stern, where she talked in depth about your relationship? She talked about how heartbroken she was when you two broke up.
I thought it sounded to me an honest and heartfelt account of a complicated and mostly wonderful relationship. And the highlight of that experience for me was my mom calling to sort of pry, like, so what do you think of what Howard was saying? It sounded pretty interesting to me. Like that Howard Stern would somehow end up as part of my mom's sort of gentle harangue as when you get your life together.
I mean, did she must have learned things about your relationship from the Howard interview, it sounds like.
I suppose she did.
Yes, yes. And was that awkward for you?
We're adults at this point, so now that you're mentioning it, it's a little awkward.
And then he's also asked about it on Queen Latifah show.
You were her great love. Is there something you want to tell us about Mindy Kaling?
It's funny. This is what happens. I get so tongue-tied trying to explain.
Maybe this music will help you give it up. I shouldn't have that thing, I know.
Thanks for making it less awkward. The thing is, she is in many ways the great love of my life, and she's much closer to me than a friend, and yet we're not in a relationship, and so I usually take forever describing all the things it is and isn't. But then when I'm done, like sweating by trying to describe this complicated thing, usually the person I'm talking to says, oh yeah, I have something like that too. Like, I feel like everyone has this these days.
BJ,
like,
I have something like that too.
Right?
Don't worry.
Thank you. You're making the faces like it's strange.
And he's got something like that too.
Everybody's got someone. Everyone's got their Mindy Kaling.
Lady right there, she's got a Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. So that's perfect.
So I'm very lucky to have the actual Mindy Kaling.
Yes, you are. We love.
Do you have something like that?
No. Okay. I think everyone maybe has somebody that still means a lot to them, and maybe it's an ex.
Yeah.
But
I think that's normal.
Yeah, I think that's very normal. But I don't think them staying in your life and it being still that passionate is very normal. And it's kind of sad, but I mean, I don't know anything about their current situation, and I'm sure you're going to tell me, but I just feel like it must make it very hard for them to have to move on.
Oh, completely.
To have a successful other relationship.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to be like that and be married to somebody else? I definitely had something like that. Don't have it anymore. Because how could I have a happy life having something like that?
Yeah.
To me, that's something that people have in their early 20s, though.
Yeah,
or,
that's true.
When they're young.
True.
It's very normal for people to break up and then be exes and then, not know how to, let go of that connection.
Yeah.
But it's not sustainable for your whole life.
I know. It's almost so frustrating hearing him describe it that way. I'm like, why don't you just be together then?
Yeah.
What's the point?
And at this point, he's, well into his 30s.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that normal to be that age talking about it like that. And I don't think Queen Latifah really has something like that.
Yeah, you're so right. He's like, I think everyone has something like that. Maybe in your 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s, whatever.
I don't think you can have something like that and be with somebody else.
No. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Advice. If you start dating someone and they have someone like this in their life, don't
run away.
Date them.
Run
From my
away.
experience, don't bother. Even if they insist there's nothing going on, don't bother.
Yeah. Seriously, don't waste your time.
Because it's weird. You don't want to be with someone who's so close with their ex.
Yeah. Because why can't they let go,
Even just a little bit.
Yeah.
Make maybe more of a distant friend. But when it's you're texting all the time and being really defensive about
when your best friend
is your ex. Yeah.
You do not need to be best friends with your ex.
Because you never get the chance to, I think, see them as a different role in your life, if that makes sense. There's still gonna be that go-to person.
Yeah. I think if they're casual friends, they're moved on.
Yeah.
If they can see them and they're totally indifferent and don't care, then that's a good sign. But to be talking all the time, talking about your marriage, hypothetical marriage on Twitter for everybody to see, that's a red flag right there. And I'm kind of blaming, honestly, right now, BJ in this whole situation.
he broke up with her.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of on you sometimes when you break up with someone to step back.
Yeah.
Even though it could be really hard.
Yeah.
And I know it seems cruel too, but, like, I think it's actually just torturing somebody to, like, keep...
I think so.
You know, talking to them and saying you miss them or... I mean, I don't know if he did that, but I'm kind of guessing.
The way he's talking around it in these answers, too, of, like, I will say that, you know, it's a honest account of, like, you know, shut up.
I know. He is trying to sound so, like, mature.
He's annoying me.
Yeah, I know.
It's
a beautiful thing.
She's being like, oh, yeah, like, best sex of my life.
Yeah.
And he's just being a jerk.
Yeah, I know. And then also making it sound like no big deal. Like, oh, everybody has that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, she said she couldn't get out of bed and was crying.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
So also in 2014, Mindy and BJ, for some reason, I have no idea why, do a little, like, When Harry Met Sally recreation.
What?
For People magazine, where they dress up as the characters, and I think either
Really?
go to Cat's Deli or they're, like, in a set that looks like it, and they, like, do a little clip for People magazine, so...
Well, it's about something great. Can men and women be friends? That's a perennial issue. Not one that I've ever thought about. I don't know about you.
Because women and men can't be friends.
Oh, I was going to say they could. My favorite scene in When Harry Met Sally is probably when Billy Crystal is lying in bed after his first night with Meg Ryan, and you hear his inner monologue. I found that very funny and honest.
Billy Crystal was straight up hot in this movie. I think people forget that. He wasn't like SNL like guy. He was like handsome comedy
Jason
actor.
Sudeikis.
Yes.
Wait, we meant different things by him.
Yes, definitely.
I meant he's very handsome.
Yes. My favorite scene is when Billy Crystal's wife has just left him and he meets Meg Ryan at the bookstore, and he's been so cocky up until that point, and he's just sort of like broken down and sad, and it was just kind of unexpected for him in this movie. She's just being super funny and low-key. Love this movie, and I love their relationship in the movie, but I don't think that you and I are like this at all.
I think we are.
Okay. Well, now you're just being contrarian.
I think you're actually more like Harry and I'm more like Sally.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, are these lunches, I mean...
You can be a little overconfident, and I can be a little, like, fussy.
And I like strawberry instead of vanilla if you have it. If not, then no ice cream, just whipped cream, but only if it's real. If it's out of a can, then nothing.
But it's very endearing that he's a little fussy, and it's...
Now that there's a camera going, you're being nice, but you don't find it endearing.
I always love everything about you.
Oh, boy. The fraughtness in your voice. I love you, too.
Thanks.
Back over to my side of the table.
I love you too. But don't you think it's like awkward that they're even like recreating this movie where the two best friends end up together?
Yeah, that's so interesting. And they dated.
Yes. Yeah, it's not like they've never slept together.
Yeah.
Like they have a obvious physical attraction to each other.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he's weirdly I mean, that's just one clip. One little moment of their lives, but I feel like he's trying to like put it on her that like she doesn't actually like him or something.
Oh really? Why did you get that?
Well, he says like, oh, now the camera's rolling, you find it endearing.
Yeah.
And then she says, I forget what she just said, but she said something really nice, and he said like her voice was fraught with something.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't know.
and I didn't get that. Yeah.
I just feel like he's saying like, you don't really like me or whatever.
I wonder if they play this thing out for the cameras though. Like if they want to make it seem like they have this like romantic friendship, or if it's real.
I don't know.
If it's real, they're like wasting. Well, we'll get to that. So then also the same year, BJ publishes I always struggle with this word, memoir. One More Thing.
Yeah,
on the acknowledgements page, he writes, "Thanks, Mindy. I love you and you're the best."
What?
Kind of weird.
Interesting.
You're going to say you love your ex? That's the thing. They're not just best friends. They're exes.
Yeah.
2015, in May, she tweets, "Love means never having to say, 'Hey, are we dating?'"
Oh my god.
Not directed at anybody.
Yeah.
But I think you can infer
who that's about.
This is a subtweet.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad though.
Mm-hmm. Also that year, and there's a lot of things I'm not including in this because there's so much. So, like, I'm just kind of taking highlights from each year. Also that year, she says in an interview with InStyle, he is not my boyfriend, but he is not my best friend. I guess you could describe our relationship as romantically charged camaraderie with loud arguments, but I don't think Facebook would accept this as a new status.
This is like almost triggering me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, same. Okay. 2016, here we go. This was a big year.
Oh, jeez.
January, he's asked in an interview if anyone in the world could kill him without repercussions, who would it be and why? And he said, Mindy Kaling, she wouldn't even need a reason for that. She's just TBD.
She's just TBD?
Like, her reason is TBD.
Oh. That's an interesting question.
I know.
Would you have an answer to that?
Who could kill me without repercussions?
Yeah.
I always said if someone was to murder me, who would I think were, like, the suspect?
Yeah. Is that, like, what the question's asking?
No, I think it's really who would want to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I say my mom, maybe, but, like, not because I think my mom's going to kill me, but I think it could be, like, a crime of passion. Because she doesn't want me to leave the house. Maybe cut that out, but...
Yeah. Yeah. I think mom would be a common answer from people. But is the question... Okay, if we answered who would want to kill us?
Who would want to kill me? That's a good one.
I can't picture... Why would someone want to kill you? That's crazy.
I know. Why would someone... I feel like a former friend would want to kill you. From middle school.
Oh, yeah. That would have been my answer, too, but I
think that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think, like... I don't know. I'd be shocked if there's someone in the world who
I don't
did.
know if any of your former friends, like, have such riled up feelings.
I have to say.
What?
This is the first time I'm saying this to anybody. I noticed that there is this guy who was watching my Instagram stories all the time but does not follow me. And it's someone who I do not know in real life. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
But always watches them.
Watches every single one.
That's kind of creepy.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Maybe you should block him.
I know. But he recently followed me. So if you're that person... I'm onto you. Like, I see it.
Yeah, what the heck?
But I don't know who they are. So this person has to go to my page all the time and watch it. So I probably should just block it.
That's interesting.
May of that year, Mindy posts a photo of her and BJ where her mouth is resting on his shoulder and the caption reads, "Hey, I'm wrapped now," which I think is like wrapped from a TV show.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I should show it to you to see.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
Let's see.
Oh. Yeah, he's in the picture.
This is for wrapping her show, the Mindy Project.
Oh my gosh, that's weird.
This is not a picture that you post with a friend.
It looks really coupley.
Like her mouth is resting on his
and his head
shoulder.
Is like leaned back like against hers, kind of. Interesting. Very confusing.
On a panel for something, I don't know what it was. He said,
"No important.
I think Facebook invented It's Complicated for Us."
Oh my god.
About him and Mindy. September that year, Slate released an article ranking power couples and tweeted that BJ and Mindy would make the list if the relationship was confirmed, and BJ liked the tweet.
Oh my god.
In December that year, and this she does a lot. She posts a picture of a Hanukkah and Indian fusion meal for Hanukkah and Christmas Eve. She's not Jewish. Yeah. He's Jewish.
Oh my god.
And she posts a lot of
He is?
Yes, and throughout the years from this point on, she posts a lot of like her celebrating Jewish holidays.
In this book that I was looking at earlier, she has a chapter called Jewish Guys.
Oh my god. That's weird.
How would she know the mannerisms of Jewish guys so well?
Exactly. And it's kind of interesting because it's like, how many other Jewish guys has she dated? Because there's this one that just keeps coming up and up. Okay, 2017, Mindy Kaling shockingly, unexpectedly, gives birth to her daughter in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't say who the father is. Like, nobody even knew that she was pregnant. And she doesn't even list a father on the birth certificate.
Wow. The fuck?
Sources say she refused to even tell her close friends who the father is, and that the pregnancy was an unexpected surprise.
Oh my god.
Which is interesting because I assumed that she just like had a baby with like a sperm donor. Mm-hmm. She like really wanted to be a mom, but like it sounds like,
why wouldn't she just say that then?
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know.
She just like doesn't want to.
Yeah, and it's like tough because it's like I don't want to speculate, like, you know, like people can, you know, do a sperm donor, they can do whatever they want, like their paths of parenthood, but
in this book, I know she could have changed her mind. Maybe that was like her younger self, but she says she never has one night stands.
Interesting. That is interesting.
I just really was like flipping through this for like 20 minutes earlier.
That is a good...
She was like, I don't get how people do it. She said she never had.
Okay. I mean, granted,
she could have
it's a long time, but yeah, wow. I did listen to the podcast Fluently Forward. They were theorizing that there's rumors that she had... that I truly do not think this is true.
Okay.
So I really don't think... Yeah. That supposedly the father of the baby is, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name, but he's the guy who played O.J. Simpson in that mini-series, The People versus O.J. Let me look it up.
I didn't watch it. Sometimes I still hear about things like, but I don't know.
His name is... Oh, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, really?
But
why do they think that?
There's photographs of them together, like on a date or something. But this guy, first of all, I think he might have been married, but also he was accused of like really bad stuff.
Oh,
but I think more recently. I don't think in 2017. But that could be why she doesn't want people to know.
Oh my god, that would be horrible.
I know, but I truly don't think it's this guy.
That would be so awful.
But I like I said, I don't believe it. But a lot of people think it's B.J. Novak's child.
That's true.
But Mindy said in an interview, my feeling is that until I speak to my daughter about her paternity, I'm not going to talk to anyone else about it. People do think that B.J. is the father of the child. And she said, if I was on the outside looking at it, I would think the same thing. But the truth is, B.J. is so much more like family now than a platonic friend. More like family now than a platonic friend.
Yeah, how does that even negate rumors?
Yeah, I don't get doesn't at all. So he's more than a platonic friend.
Yeah.
So he's like family, like your husband?
Yeah. Or like your brother.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Because your brother is still at the end of the day a platonic friend.
Yeah, true. I feel like you can never say someone you slept with is like your brother. I'm sorry.
You cannot. You can't. That's
maybe
disgusting.
Like third cousin?
Yeah.
Uncle?
No.
No, I'm not saying that you do that, but I'm just saying what would be a relation, like the feeling. No, I shouldn't have said uncle. It was just like, oh, he's like family, but like what?
He's like family. Like maybe like an in-law?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But also she says they're so close.
Like he's like a brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
Maybe, but that's not appropriate.
I know.
None of this is appropriate.
Yeah, so he said he's the godfather to my daughter. He comes over like once a week. Sometimes he'll come over just to hang out with her.
Once a week. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If he was the father, that's very odd that he would be the godfather.
I agree. That's why I think at the end of the day that he's not the father. Yeah. Because I would think, what a terrible person. He's the godfather. Or he's the biological father, but he chooses to just go by Godfather.
I know. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
That'd be really weird. Like, just be the father.
I know.
If you want to be the father, be the father.
Because Godfather doesn't really mean anything, and you don't really do anything.
I know. Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Maybe you get them an extra gift.
Also, I mean, technically speaking, he is Jewish, right? I mean, doesn't Godfather technically mean... I know that it's been... No, I don't know. Maybe cut this out. But technically means it's like the person who would like... The root of a godfather is like the person who like carries on the child's faith. Not that it has to be that way. Like I know that like now it's kind of just meant to be like an adult who's like a more special person to the kid.
But you're right. It is supposed to be someone that helps like guide you.
Yeah, spiritually, I guess. But there's no like technical need for a godfather. not that it really matters. Like, it's just interesting. But I know it has become more secular. So, 2018, he spotted holding her daughter on an outing. I think he's with her. No, I think he's with her. But it's just interesting. So then, in 2018, Mindy Kaling is in the movie Wrinkle in Time, and B.J. Novak tweets a photograph of a poster for the movie and writes, "When I first met Mindy, she lived in a small apartment on Fairfax Ave. This is what is in front of the building today," and it's like the poster. Wow. "Congrats, Mindy, and a future congrats to all those who will see it and are inspired to do great things." And then Mindy responds, "Oh my God, I'm like full crying. I will never be mad at you again."
What?
We're getting a lot of like references to the fact that they fight all the time.
Oh my gosh, I want to know what
I know.
about.
So 2019, they attend the Oscars after party together, which actually I should say, I think even before this year, they attended it like together every single year together. So it's not surprising.
Interesting.
In May, they attend the premiere of her film Late Night together, like as dates. In July of that year, at his 40th birthday party, when everyone is singing happy birthday to him, he has his arm around her.
Really?
During the happy birthday part.
What?
Which I think is significant.
That's crazy.
Like, if you want to have your arm around someone at any other time, but when people are actively singing happy birthday. Yeah, they're
singing happy birthday.
It's like, that's when the spotlight is on you.
Yeah. I don't understand.
No. You don't have your arm around just anybody during happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's, like, significant. Okay. And then we're going to take a turn here. So, 2020...
Mel made a look. She looked to the side.
Yeah, we're going to take a turn. So, we have this, like, cute little friendship, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and we're like, what is going on? Or a confusing friendship. 2020, there's a lot of blind item tips to Dumois, which is, like, an Instagram account for those who don't know, which is, like, anonymous tips or non-anonymous tips about celebrities. Where BJ is photographed at this influencer event because he apparently is dating an influencer there. And, like, the person who submits the tip is, like, it was really awkward. Like, he was really out of place. And, like, he's, like, dating some young influencer.
Influencer?
I don't know.
Like an Instagram model or something?
And then you probably know this already, but on the podcast Red Scare, the hosts talk about how BJ is constantly sliding into the DMs of different girls in NYC who are, like, in their 20s.
I've heard that.
And that he even messaged one of the hosts and one of the other hosts' roommate.
Yeah.
Which is, like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
Like, you're probably messaging a lot of people. If several people who know each other.
He hasn't texted us.
No. Maybe he will. And then someone on Reddit commented, "Okay, I'm definitely not in the know or anything, but I do have cutesy artsy friends that are Brooklyn based, and BJ Novak does this shit a lot, to the point where my friends make fun of him because he's constantly trying to pull."
I mean, these could all just be, like, rumors, but it is interesting when, like, a lot of people say that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's even, I'll get to it, but there's, like, stuff to back it up, I think. Like, people, I don't actually have this specifically because I think they're really good about having this not on the internet, but people have posted, like, his screenshots from, what's that dating app that, like...
For celebrities?
Yeah.
It's like Raya?
Raya, yeah.
Raya?
He's, like, he's very active on Raya.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's been like this, like, the whole time.
Exactly. That's what I think.
You know?
And that's why they're not together. Because he can't commit.
Yeah.
Which is pathetic. Like,
I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's sad.
So once again, they attend the Oscars after party together, 2020. Also, then in March, they quarantine together for lockdown.
What? Interesting.
In April, they celebrate Passover together.
Interesting.
In September, she tweeted that she gave birth to a baby boy named Spencer, which, wait, interesting. Okay, what's, like, 9 months before April? Oh, wait, no. Okay, never mind.
What is?
I was going to say, oh my God, I was going to say, what's 9 months before April? Maybe it was the beginning of quarantine, but.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually
March.
1 month before.
Yeah.
Okay, but actually, what is 9 months before?
Months.
Let's think about it.
I'm so bad at this kind of thing. Oh, wait, don't you just go 3 months ahead?
Oh, yeah,
so
true.
May, June. Then I get confused. Like, so
July?
is it August? Or is it July?
August. Well, July is his 40th birthday party.
Oh my god. That night.
Yeah, you never know.
Wait, what was the day?
Okay,
We're so creepy.
Let's actually think about that.
I didn't know we were going to get into this episode 1.
Was his birthday on the same... Okay, August 1st.
August 1st
is his birthday. And then the date of her son's birth.
The party could have been like the end of July, though.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have the date completely wrong? Guys, I have the date completely wrong. She gives birth on October 2020. So what's 6 months before October? Or 9 months? December, January. I don't know anything about January. February, I know they attend the Oscars after party.
Yeah. So they were hanging out.
They were hanging out. Of course. Once a week. They hang out once a week.
Yeah. But it could have been the first baby daddy. So people have no idea who the second one is, too?
Yeah. People don't know either. There's no dad listed on either birth certificate.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
I do think I'm not sure what I would do in that situation, but I think I understand what she's saying, that, like, she's waiting till she tells her daughter.
Exactly.
I could imagine feeling a little betrayed, like, oh, Auntie
the whole world
knew.
knows.
Like, yeah, and the world, but, like, oh my gosh, yeah, just that other people knew and you didn't.
I just think it would be odd if her father really was B.J. Novak and he's in her life, and...
I know. Honey, it's B.J.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it really could be. Like, maybe they did decide that, like, they were going to have a baby together, but, like, why is he just being in that role of the Godfather? Very confusing. So, yeah, she gave birth to a baby boy named Spencer. In December, she posts a photo celebrating Hanukkah with the kids.
Interesting.
She also gave an interview about her Christmas traditions and then says that BJ dresses up as Santa.
What?
For the kids.
What the fuck?
I know.
What is this?
I know. They celebrate the holidays together. I just think
she celebrates Passover now?
Yeah. With the kids.
What is this arrangement?
Her kids celebrate Jewish holidays because of BJ.
Yeah. What? How can they not be together?
I know. I don't understand it. 2021, he posted a selfie with Mindy and captioned it. This is in September. I don't usually ask for selfies with celebrities, but saw my favorite star last night and just had to.
Don't you see her all the time?
I know.
That's interesting.
Then on Good Morning America, he said that he sees Mindy several times a week.
Oh my god! That sounds like, I don't know.
Then that year, there's a Dumois submission titled BJ Hoes, Let's Get Lunch. And someone says, how many 20-somethings is BJ trying to get with lately? As one of them, I think we should all get drinks without him. Ugh, there's so many things I want to talk about with my fellow BJ hoes.
Wow.
He's 40 trying to get with these girls in their 20s.
Fellow BJ hoes.
And then this is on Twitter, or I saw this on Reddit, and someone commented, fellow New Yorker here, and I can say he does. He's out all the time in Lower East Side and goes to these certain parties that are supposed to emulate the early 2000s aesthetic that a bunch of people in their 20s go to. It's honestly pretty cringe. TBH, he's cute, but he would be hot if he wasn't slumming it up, being so thirsty. This is coming from a woman in her mid-20s that hangs around downtown and Bushwick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We live in Bushwick.
Yeah. I don't go to these parties. I don't see them there.
We should try to find him.
I know, we should.
And be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, where's Mindy?
Get out of here.
Why are these 20-year-olds even want to get with them when they think that he's with Mindy Kaling?
I don't know. Maybe they don't know.
But I was theorizing, like, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe because of this, like, intense relationship that he has with her, he feels like he can only date people in their 20s who, like, aren't looking for something serious. How is he gonna have a 40-year-old girlfriend with this whole...
Yeah, true.
Like, no 40-year-old...
Who's gonna put up with that?
Yeah, no one's gonna put up with that.
Which doesn't make it right.
No.
But maybe he is so afraid to, let go of Mindy, that he's purposefully, like you basically just said, purposefully having really short flings.
Exactly, with people who don't want something serious.
Although I bet they do.
Probably, because he's a celebrity.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's not a smart situation. But, like, you never know. Like, maybe he doesn't want to be with Mindy because he wants to still hook up with these young girls. And if so, that's wicked icky. Like...
I know. That makes me sad. Like, is she just putting up with this for some reason?
Yeah.
Like, girl... I hope not.
I know. I think
she's a star.
Yeah, she's way too good for him.
Yeah.
I think most people know who Mindy Kaling is.
Yeah.
Most people probably, even though
that's true,
The Office is super popular, most people probably do not know who B.J. Novak is.
Like, if you just ask someone on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Because, I don't know. Just even the way she said, like, oh, any girl would marry anybody. Like, I hope she doesn't still have a little bit of that feeling, you know?
I know.
'Cause I don't think that's true.
I don't think. At 24, I was not... I'm
not
still
ready.
not. I'm still not. I'm 26. I do not want to get married.
Just anyone asks you. Yeah. Yes. So, I don't know.
Makes me sad. Okay.
Anyway.
Also, speaking of young women, there's a lot of blind items and pictures of him hanging out with Kernan Shipka. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Wasn't she Sabrina in the remake?
Yep. And she's 20 years younger than him.
Wow.
And so pictures of them, like, hanging out. And there's even a picture of them hanging out with, like, John Mayer. And so people hate John Mayer. And so they're like, oh, my God. He's grooming her. And, like,
oh, my gosh.
There actually are tweets between Kiernan and BJ, like, all the way back as far as, like, 2015, I think. Tweeting at each other. It's like, okay, she actually
is like a teenager?
Yeah,
oh
she's a full-on teenager. But I'm gonna hope that it's, like, not a romantic situation.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, maybe they worked together or something.
Yeah. But kind of odd.
Yeah.
So
it seems, regardless, like, it just, even if they're fine, to see your ex, even if they are family, you know, and she doesn't really care, it would suck to see him just out and about with all these, like, 20-year-old girls, you know?
Yeah. For some reason, I get the impression that she lives in LA, but maybe she lives in...
Yeah. I know in, like, I literally don't have any knowledge, but in the, like, little bio thing, it said she lived in Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. I think she does. So,
but wait, does he live there, too?
Well, why is he always out doing this stuff in the Lower East Side?
But how is he also hanging out with her, like, several times a week?
Let's see, where does Mindy
Maybe he's just flying back and forth all the time.
Maybe. Okay, well, Cambridge came up. She doesn't live in Cambridge.
I think you're right, though. I think she did live in New York forever. Maybe, I think a lot of celebrities live in, like, both. But she definitely does live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Too.
But they are hanging out several times a week, so maybe he just is bi-coastal.
New York on the weekends.
Well, speaking
parties,
of, I guess,
what?
He's in October of that year. They're spotted in Malibu together.
Oh, really?
Wow. Okay, but also I actually skipped ahead. September of that year, he does another AMA on Reddit, and he's asked who his favorite person is, and he says, my goddaughter.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
How were his responses? Did he use, like...
I don't know. I
don't like capital letters at the beginning of the
I want to say it's just as it is, my goddaughter.
Okay.
So, I don't know the capitalization. October that year, they take the kids trick-or-treating together.
Wow.
November of that year...
He's so close.
He's so involved, yeah. November, they go to the premiere of her TV show, The Sex Lives of College Girls, together as dates. December, Mindy and BJ go to Disneyland together with her kids, and a witness says that that he was holding her son and he kissed the baby.
Interesting.
Which is, you know, like, babies are cute, maybe.
Yeah.
And he's the godparent to both the kids.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
What the heck is this?
It's interesting because it's like, I have two brothers, but like, I wouldn't make both of them, like, one of them the godfather to both my kids if I had more than one kid. But
I know.
Maybe that's just because I have two brothers.
Doesn't she have a brother?
Yeah, she does, actually.
Yeah, so that's interesting. BJ's the godparent for both of them.
Yeah.
Godfather.
I feel like people don't do that. Like, I feel like,
Yeah.
especially if you have more than one kid, it's like more than one opportunity to like give other people like a shout out.
That's so true. Most people don't have the same person.
I wonder who the godmother is. And is the godmother actively involved like this?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, and then December, Mindy posts a picture for Christmas of her fireplace, and Mindy and BJ have stockings next to each other on the fireplace.
His name is on it? Are
It
you
just says
kidding
B.
me?
It's just a B.
Oh, still.
But people say that she calls him
Who
B.
else would it be?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, she does? Oh my god. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
No.
You were right about confusing.
So it just gets more and more confusing, I feel. We're in this year now, okay? Caught up to the almost present. January, BJ and Mindy go to Massachusetts at the same time with her kids, and they go on a whole trip.
Wish we were there.
Yep. And February, okay, this is crazy. February, BJ follows a parenting advice Instagram by a woman named Dr. Becky
I love
Kennedy.
that people notice that.
And all of the posts are about like parenting myths and like the importance of play and like how to communicate with your child and like resolving conflict with kids.
Parenting?
Yes. Like, why would you follow that?
Yeah.
And they also just like continue to like tweet at each other, and they're seen going out to lunch together a lot in February. And then Mindy posts a picture of her and her daughter wearing BJ's hat, supposedly.
Wow.
Which says Max Seafood Cape Cod. Like, she posts this picture
gosh.
of his hat. March, they attend Beyonce's Oscar party together and pose for pictures, and BJ reshares fan art of the two of them.
Interesting.
Then also in March, Mindy posts a pic celebrating Passover. Again, more Jewish holidays. Then in March, BJ posts a story of Kelly and Ryan, their characters from The Office, kissing.
What?
And a clip of Ryan smirking in, like, you know how in The Office they have, like, interviews?
Yeah.
And it's Ryan smirking in the interview and saying, I don't know, I can't explain it.
Oh my god.
Like, blushing
Why would
about
he share that?
Kelly. And BJ wrote, my favorite Kelly and Ryan moment in The Office, #soup snakes.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is literally like 3 months ago.
Oh, so this is 2022.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
April, they go dressed together as storybook characters for a fundraiser for Mindy's daughter's school. So they go to a PTA event together to her daughter's school.
Why are they saying they're not together?
That's very involved. So April, they go... Oh, yeah, I said that. Okay, April, someone tweets at BJ asking him to name his 5 favorite writers, and he says Terry Southern, Philip Roth, Sarah Manguso, William Shakespeare, and Mindy Kaling.
William
Of course.
Shakespeare.
May, there's a blind item that a former A-list actor who's now a B-list was overheard saying that he's the father of 2 children with his former co-star. But the person who submitted it thinks that he didn't really mean it. So people think this is about BJ, but like maybe he was just like joking about being the father of her kids.
That's interesting. Would you say he was ever A-list?
No.
I don't
That's
think
the
so
thing.
either. But
Yeah.
people get that wrong. Remember the time we played the
Yeah, we played
A-list, B-list, C-list
Yeah,
game?
for like a 4-hour car ride.
It's fun to do.
But who else could that be? Like, who's... I know, it's so hard to think of. A TV star who used to be A-list, but now they're B-list.
It could be like anybody, but...
I would say he was never A-list.
Yeah.
I would say Mindy has been A-list.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
B-list is a good place to be.
Oh, B-list is better than C. But is he even B?
Oh. B minus?
yeah, I would say. Not that there's anything wrong with that, BJ. Okay,
Yeah.
BJ, you know what? Because your name is BJ, we'll give you the B-list.
Yeah. I think fame seems really horrible in many ways. So,
completely.
Like, it doesn't say anything about anyone's worth as a human being. I think all humans are equal. Whatever. I don't need to do this whole spiel.
Exactly.
But yeah, just saying, some people are just higher in the business.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in a company or something.
Exactly. It's well known. But there are some gray lines, but for sure Mindy's more famous than BJ.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely.
Yeah.
So also, again, they go back to Boston together with her kids. They take the kids to the Boston Children's Museum. They're spotted at the playground together in Boston. They're seen going out to lunch in Newton. Mindy and BJ went to a Red Sox game, and the Red Sox official TikTok account posted a video that said, when Scranton's biggest power couple stops by Fenway. And then
that definitely wasn't their biggest power couple, but that's okay. I think that would be Jim and Pam.
Yeah, obviously. They're like not even close. I feel like Dwight and like Angela are bigger. I know. So then he's at premiere of it's the Tribeca Film Festival, and he says this.
Game with fans went crazy. I think it was last week when you went to the Red Sox game with Mindy, being back in Massachusetts. What was that like?
That was also a dream come true. My family's from Boston, Mindy's family's from Boston. So to get to hang out with sort of multiple generations of people that matter to me, it was a dream.
Rooting for anyone at the Tonys tonight? Maybe some friends?
I'm rooting for Mindy Kaling, who produced A Strange Loop, and hopefully she'll get her first Tony.
Wow.
So yeah, Mindy was nominated the same day of his premiere for a film that he made called A Strange Loop. She's nominated for a play called A Strange Loop.
Oh, cool.
And he has a directorial debut with a film called Vengeance at Tribeca Film Festival. Which, first of all, I want to go back and say multiple generations of people who matter to me.
The kids.
The kids and their parents.
Yeah. I want to say, too, just being from Massachusetts like they are, I find it weird that he said it was a dream come true. Because I'm assuming he's been to a lot of Red Sox games.
I know.
He went to Harvard, too. Like, it makes it seem like he doesn't want to talk about what it was really like.
Exactly. That's
like, he didn't say, like, it was a nice day or whatever.
No, that's
he acted
so
like
true.
It was like a reunion.
Yeah, that's
like,
so true.
It's dream come true. You know, Mindy and I... Like, you see her all the time.
Exactly.
Why would that be a dream come true?
I know. And, like, going to a Red Sox game, anybody could go to one.
Yeah.
But I do think they did good to go on the field and, like, meet Wally the Green Monster, but...
Is that really...
I know. I think a lot of people get to do that.
Maybe that's what he meant. But I was just overanalyzing when you were saying that. And thinking he was making it sound... less casual.
No, I agree. You know? I almost feel like he gave an answer that was like this is really overanalyzing. He like disassociated from the actual question. Yeah. And like gave like a kind of like media trained answer to not really respond.
That's what it seems like.
But unless the dream come true is being able to hang out with like his parents and like his supposed children.
I'm being like really cynical here. No one would say that's a dream come true.
I know.
It just seems over the top.
Yeah, it does. It does. But also the fact that he had to say hanging out with multiple generations that matter to me. That's kind of over the top too. Like no one really says that.
Yeah.
But okay, so that night, Mindy was nominated for a Tony Award. But instead of going to the Tonys, she went to his film festival.
What?
So to the premiere of his movie instead of going. And BJ was asked why that was, and he said she committed to coming as soon as she heard about it. She said, "This is selfishness and possessiveness. I don't want you to become Jordan Peele and abandon me without becoming part of the ride." It was obviously a very nice compliment, and in true Mindy style, both sincere and a joke. But when she found out that the Tonys were the same night, she did a lot of guilt tripping and grumbling. I told her to go to the Tonys, but she didn't. I had this great screening and celebrated, and at the after party with my friends, I then texted her, "Hey, did you win the Tony?" And she wrote back, "Yep." And I thought, oh my God, this woman will never stop one-upping me.
Did she win it?
Yeah, she did win the Tony.
What the fuck?
And she didn't go.
I don't know why that upsets me.
I know. And then he posted to his Instagram story a screenshot of, like, the text message of her saying she won the Tony. And that kind of brings us to the present. I don't really have anything else unless there's been something this past week.
I hope that I just don't even know what the heck is going on, and I'm so wrong. But it's upsetting me because I feel like I don't know, I've just seen this with so many of my friends and just women I know, that they just really, like, do anything for a guy. And,
yep, I agree.
You know, just stick around forever. And
she should have gone to the Tonys. Yeah. That's her big night.
Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she won the award.
What? Like, that's like winning an Oscar.
I wonder if roles were reversed, if he would have done the same.
I know. And it's not like they, you know, if she didn't go to his premiere, would that really be like the end of their friendship or whatever?
I know,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Probably not. But
I know,
like, it would be sad if she thought it was like that important. I mean, maybe that's not what she felt, but like.
Well, her saying like, oh, like it's out of selfishness. Like, I don't want you to like become successful and like move on without me. Like, Mindy, you're already successful. And like, you.
Yeah, like leave her behind.
Yeah. You know what? What's meant for you will never pass you by. That's my mantra lately. If BJ was meant for you, you don't need to go to his premiere for him to stay in your life, you know?
What's meant for you would never pass you by.
It, to me, shows a little bit of insecurity. I don't know, like, maybe I'm Mindy. I don't know you, so...
Yeah.
But, like, that... To think, like, you can't miss out on this or else, like, he'll become successful and, like, leave you in the dust.
I know. Mindy, we love you.
We love you.
But come on.
Yeah. The whole thing, like, I would say I want them together, but just because I think it's a total waste if you really do have such a deep friendship and attraction for each other and love each other, why are you just, like, letting that, like, be what it is? Like, just be together.
Why are you making it so complicated?
Because I don't think they're ever going to fully be able to be with anybody else if they have each other in their lives.
I mean, it seems like they are together.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they have an open relationship.
I mean, they use each other for the things that you would use a couple, like a partner for. Like going to a PTA event, spending holidays together, going home to visit your parents.
Maybe they are just super open. They're like, we just have a partnership.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? But I feel like they could talk about that. If they had like an explanation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they kind of want the world to know about this like flirtation and like romantic relationship that they have. Like, they're not really hiding that.
That's true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it would be sweet if it was like When Harry Met Sally and they're like, we're together now, and they like get married or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now it's like in the middle of When Harry Met Sally.
But When Harry Met Sally takes place over a much shorter amount of time.
That's so true.
We're
Like, this is too long.
Like 15 years now, and you're still doing this?
Yeah, he's
you're
in his
40.
40s.
Yeah. I totally blame him 100%. Though.
Yeah.
I think they would be together if it wasn't for him being however it is the way he is.
I mean, they said they wrote the characters on The Office to be like them.
Yeah.
It was totally Ryan's fault.
But okay, so do you think that he's the father of her kids?
Oh my gosh.
I hope not. I think that'd be so odd. But maybe.
I mean, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a sperm donor. I don't know why that feels like more infringing on someone's privacy than like if it's just like a guy
one night stand.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
It's like, oh, I shouldn't be speculating about that.
I know. I think it's really empowering, like if it is a sperm donor and like that.
I think it's. I don't know. Gun to my head, I don't know.
Oh yeah, actually, gun to my head, I think like I might die. I think he takes on like a father role. He's obviously doing that, and so maybe that's why he followed that Instagram, because he is like trying to be that for the kids.
But like, why?
Yeah, At the end of the day, they are exes.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, they actually did legitimately date.
Yeah.
So, all of that, with that context, like, you're taking on a father role for an ex, you know?
Yeah. Did she just pull that thing, like, will you just raise kids with me? Like, almost what you were talking about with a gay man.
Oh, yeah, guys. If I don't ever find someone, I'm gonna find a gay man who also wants to have kids.
Yeah.
And we'll have kids together, and we'll be a family, but not together. Maybe that's their situation.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm trying to, like, put myself in his shoes and imagine... I don't know.
He's obviously not a gay man if he's going after
No. I didn't mean he was a gay man, but maybe they just agreed to platonically raise kids together.
But they're obviously attracted to each other. Like, I don't think that the vibe they have is legitimately platonic.
I know, it doesn't seem like it. That's just a mess.
They do post pictures with each other all the time, too. Like, BJ has a picture, like his birthday or something, where he's, like, gazing at her. Or her birthday. She has a cake. And
really?
He's just, like, looking at her, like, kind of lovingly, I guess.
What? I want to know.
I know.
If anybody's listening and you...
have information.
Yeah, you personally know them, we can keep it a secret.
Do you think these people that we cover would ever, like, search their own names into Spotify or something and look for a podcast episode about themselves?
BJ, if you're listening.
BJ.
We want to hear your side of the story.
Yep, we live in New York.
Yeah. What if he's out there right now?
Sliding
walking around
to our DMs.
Yeah.
So I think one thing I want to do with this podcast is at the end of each episode, if it's a couple who are currently not together, for us to give a probability rating of how likely we think they are to either end up together or get back together.
Okay. Cool.
So for BJ and Mindy.
I mean, it's confusing. Because, like, are they together now?
I know,
in a
exactly.
way, in, like, an open way or something. But I would say, I'm gonna say 50%.
50? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna say 70%.
Chance they'll get back together. Cool.
Okay, and then custody battle. Who would you pick? Who
who gets the kids?
No, not who gets her kids, but who gets you. Like, if you had to pick one that you could only support.
Like, whose side am I on?
Yeah, whose side are you on?
Mindy's.
Me too.
I wonder if we'll ever disagree.
I know, maybe.
Fight.
It'd be kind of fun. Some I might not really have a strong opinion.
But if anyone listening, like, loves BJ and we're so wrong about him, let us know.
Yeah.
But don't hate us.
Yeah, don't hate us. I mean, I don't have anything against BJ. I just don't know why you guys aren't together, and I get the sense that it's because of him.
Yeah.
Unless you are together. And in which case, why aren't you open about it?
Yeah.
Why are you hanging out with Kern and Shipka? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it, BJ.
I know. I think that they might be together, but, like, in an open thing.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
But that would make me sad because she's, I don't know. She's not going out meeting all these art hoes,
we don't
probably.
see blind items about her. I mean, maybe, actually.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe she's dating someone and we have no idea. But how would that work?
Yeah.
She's posting pictures of her ex. No. I just keep going in a circle.
I feel like they have it in their minds that, like, they will end up together, though. Like, they have that kind of dynamic that it's like, oh, like, you know, we're just friends right now, but, like the way he was crying. I know, it is immature. That's the thing. I feel like this is, like, a relationship that people have in their 20s, and it's not something you have when you're 40 with kids. Like, the way he was crying about, but the thing is, like, it was Mindy. Like, it, you know, it had a dark undertone, but it was Mindy.
Yeah, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Just call her and be like, let's be together.
Exactly. I really don't get what all this, like, red tape is.
All this red tape. Wow. That's really interesting. Oh my God.
So that's our first episode.
Wow. I sister Shannon was doubtful that they ever dated.
Mm-hmm.
Shan, I hope you are still listening.
Yeah.
I hope you listened.
You have to admit that this couple counts, right? Like,
Oh, definitely.
Definitely a, like, romantic relationship.
Yeah. I mean, they both said they were together.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Yeah.
What? Is this the end?
Yeah, this is it. That's
sad.
I know.
Oh my gosh, this was really fun. I didn't want it to end.
I know. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's kind of scary starting a new podcast. If you want to help us out and like leave us a review, we'd really appreciate that.
Yeah. It's supposed to help. I'm sure you've heard people say it before, but it's supposed to help just boost the podcast on those search pages and stuff. Get it up there and help other people find it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our next episode's gonna be really fun. Should I say what it is?
I don't know. Or should it be a surprise?
Okay.
Maybe you could describe it, but don't say who they
Oh,
are.
wait, I love that.
Like it's a blind item.
Okay. Our next relationship will be about an A-list model and a B-list, C-list actress where there have been cheating allegations.
That's sad, but intriguing. We'll just have to hear about it next time. Significant lovers.
Significant lovers.
Significant lovers. Oh. How do we end this?
I don't know, because I still want to do the we love you guys, but we gotta play it again.
I know. I guess that's sad.
I
guess it doesn't match. We don't have like our taglines yet. We don't have
exactly.
our things yet.
We're gonna have podcast inside jokes, but for now we love you guys, but we gotta plan to catch.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that means, then that's okay.
See you next time.
Bye.
Tell me, dear.